I thought this shirt would look better on me than it does, but it kind of I look like a trash bag. I tried to be very gothic today because I'm showing off Cassandra goth and also Don Lothario, where they are in my game right now. I would actually love to go through a goth phase right now since I didn't get to go through a goth phase as a teenager. But my mom says I can't wear eyeliner, so enter we go into my forever world. Technically not a forever world, but it's basically a forever world. Basically. I need to remember to not save. We go to Henford-on-Bagley. Praise Jesus, welcome to another Sims episode, by the way. We're coming right down... Oh wait, that's the wrong household. That's the bad girlie's household. That's a completely different storyline. But last time I showed y'all Cassandra and Dawn situation, this is the situation. So if you remember, Dawn got pregnant with an alien baby, and he moved in with the Watsons for a little while because he'd been tortured by Nina and Dina Caliente all these years, and so he had to move in with them. But now he's got his feet on the ground a little bit, and Dawn went and got his own place. He thinks this quiet little community is probably the best place to raise an alien child, because I don't think he thinks that an alien child is going to have a very easy time, like, out in the world, but maybe I don't know. Yeah, it depends. Honestly, probably New York City would be a better place to raise an alien baby, where everyone's okay with weird things, other than a small, judgmental country town where everyone knows everyone's business, but whatever, we're committed to this storyline now. So here's the child. He's an infant right now. TBD6 Lothario, the little child that he got forcefully impregnated by Nina and Dina Caliente, who are aliens in my save game, in case you are not caught up on that situation. Dawn is doing a lot better these days. He's gotten here, he's gotten some chickens. They have a very rough financial situation, but he's doing it. And obviously, Cassandra is living here too with her children. Cassandra actually divorced her husband, Marvin. He finally got fed up with her constantly looking for her missing mother, and he finally got fed up with her and finally divorced her. They got equal custody of the children. So Loretta and Sylvester, she currently has... in this round, she has the custody of them, but in the next, they switch every rotation. So today they live with her, and on other days they live with Marvin back in the city. And I'm going to show you what Marvin is up to too, because Marvin has been dealing with things differently as well. But Cassandra moved in with Dawn because she was staying at the Watsons trying to find information about her missing mother. And so when Dawn moved out, she was like, I'm coming with you because I don't have a home right now, and also because you have information on my mom, which she does. He was tortured alongside her by the aliens for forever. And Dawn really likes Cassandra. They have a little bit of a romance, I believe. Yes, he likes Cassandra, but after his torment, he's very hesitant to do anything romantic. She's staying in Henford-on-Bagley. He's letting her stay with her so she can search for her mom, and he kind of likes her, but like every time, she's going through a really rough time with the divorce right now. As you can see, she's dressed extremely gothically. She dressed a little bit more toned down when she and Marvin first got married, when they ran away together after being high school sweethearts and then ran away to the city together. But now that she's divorced, she's kind of going through it and going through a bit of a crazy midlife crisis phase in a way. I actually like to think that Cassandra is the crazy lady who all the children in Henford-on-Bagley think that she's a witch. Which is funny because there's actually a witch in Henford-on-Bagley, and no one suspects her at all. And Dawn is in the secret agent career, but I don't think I actually am having him do that seriously. I like to think he's going off and doing interviews with the government about his experiences with aliens, and I think he'll quit that and probably focus on being a farmer at some point. But they're here, they're helping each other raise each other's kids. He helps a lot with TBD6, and they get along very well. But every time Dawn makes even the slightest advancement, he's tried to make a few romantic advancements, but he's trying to be very subtle about it. But every time he does, he always seems to catch Cassandra in a really awful mood. I think it's because he has the unflirty trait. It never seems to hit her quite right. So they're very slow in their growing together. But let's go see her ex-husband Marvin, because her ex-husband Marvin, he's going through his own crisis, because they were living together in San Myshuno, and he was working as a cop, but he's actually recently moved to Claudette and Amora because he got one promotion in the cop career and then got demoted again. So we have the dynamic dater household. And here's Marvin. And I decided that Elia Cruz and I don't know how to pronounce this. Yoltik, a bunch of numbers. I decided the three of them are all half-brothers because Marvin is a townie and he has a mom because he was a teenager when he was first generated as a random townie. And his mom has definitely been with multiple men, and they all got two other brothers. So I decided they were all half-brothers from, like, all different fathers, which is why they have different last names. But since he was struggling, his brother Elia told him, you should come move to Claudette and Amora with me and my roommates, and with us and our roommates, because we don't have a spare room, but we think it would be good for you. And Elia was a big contender for it, and he got Yoltik kind of on board with it, but like Miguel and Cameron, is that her name? Yeah, they're not in love with him living here because they're a very adult activities kind of household and doing the ungodly thing.
What's your sentence for her? Electric chair.
And they love to go on dates and have dates over all the time. So Marvin, with his children being here half the time, is quite a damper on that for them. And it's pretty traumatizing for the children as well. And also, Elia gave up his room for Marvin and his children to live in because he had one of the bigger rooms. So this is where Marvin and his children live most of the time. But that meant that Elia, because there's no spare room, so he had to move in with Miguel because Miguel had the second biggest room. So the two of them are forced to share a room now, which Miguel is the biggest contender of bringing women home.
Electric chair.
So having to have an actual roommate is quite difficult for him. Did I hit save and go to Manage Worlds a second ago? Because I told myself I wasn't going to hit save. Dang it. Oh well, that's an annoyance for another day. But this is the room that they're shared together. It's Elia's bed and Miguel's bed. As for the rest of the goth household, I will show them as well. Oh yes, I forgot. So Alexander Goth and Olivia Goth are having some marital issues that they're going to start handling the next time I play with them, because it finally exploded last time I was playing with them. So the next time I play with them, they're going to start sorting things out. But Alexander and Olivia have been having a little bit of marital problems because Elsa up here, their live-in maid, Elsa Bergeson, they have not done. Oh, see, they're arguing already. But they haven't necessarily done anything, but Elsa has a boyfriend. So this is her boyfriend, and her having her boyfriend and the whole thing started making Alexander feel really protective, because he does not like Pegasus at all. He and Pegasus never got into a serious fight. But, like, whenever Alexander and Olivia were off on a date, and then Elsa and Pegasus were also on a date and they ran into each other, he would spend more time arguing with Pegasus and getting on to him about stuff than focusing on Olivia. And I think Olivia could kind of tell that that's kind of because Alexander has an attraction or, like, lingering feelings from when he dated Elsa in high school. So she put up with it for a while, but then one time she wanted him to take her out to karaoke, and like the whole thing just exploded, and their date ended abruptly, and they got really mad at each other. And Alexander is a psychiatrist, actually. Psychologist. Something. Therapist, psychologist. I don't know, but he believes in mental health doctors. So he keeps trying to get Olivia to go to. They went straight from the karaoke place to a marriage counseling session, like an emergency marriage counseling session, and that went really, really ugly. And the marriage counselor was like, y'all are crazy, get out of here. Alexander wants to go back to there again, but like Olivia is very sketched out by the whole marriage counseling thing. She's cuts a little bit, even though she's married to a psychologist, she's kind of like, doctors are quacks, and I don't want a quack telling me how my marriage should be. And since she's doesn't really feel like she's the one in the wrong, he's been having a hard time getting her to go. But Belinda and Rashida are both about to turn into young adults instead of teens, and so them and Rashida's daughter Petruska are probably all going to go get their own apartment, because I can see Belinda and Rashida, they're the exact same age, and I think they get along very well, so they're probably going to go off and get their own apartment with her child. And also, the next time I play with them, the main thing that's going to happen is that Olivia has insisted on this, and Alexander has agreed to it. They have to fire Elsa, obviously. She actually has a really good relationship with Elsa, if I believe. Like, they're really good friends, and she knows that Elsa's not done anything to intentionally try to take her husband away. But she's also like, oh, look at him, he's angry. Oh, he's furious from their previous fight. But like, the whole family really loves Elsa, and like, Olivia knows Elsa didn't do anything wrong, but they have to fire her because of Alexander. So that's going to be a toll on the family to fire Elsa, and then obviously Elsa's going to be out of a job because she's had this pretty cushy job for a long time now, getting to be a cleaning lady for one of the richest families and getting to live in. And I just finished decorating her bedroom, and I did a really good job too, if I do say so myself. I really went for like a sort of 60s vibe, and I'm like real into it. I love this little all her maid cleaning ladies things, and I spent a long time on this bedroom, and now she's going to be moving out, so. But that's just the story of the thing. That's just the story. That is it. So that's your little update on my Forever World. I hit save again. Wait, I can revert saves, can't I? I might do that. But I hope you enjoyed this. A little update on how this world is going. You want to see how many households I have now? I've got so many. This one is just townies I'm going to give a makeover to. Very ugly. I'm obsessed with giving townies makeovers. In fact, I will show you some of the townies I've given makeovers. Look at these guys. I just posted these guys, but like, I want to show you in particular. This girl, I was using like a aesthetics randomizer, and I wanted to do 2 to challenge myself, and I got mermaid core and zombie apocalypse core, and I think I did a pretty good job because, like, look at her. I win. You know, The Sims has me pretty convinced that no one is really ugly. They just have bad haircuts. Advice for the day. Because I will get like the ugliest sim in the randomized sims, and then I'll take them in to create a sim, and I'll just randomize the hairstyle until it hits one where it's like, oh, supermodel. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Jesus loves you. Goodbye.